Manta rays are very large. They're one of the largest animals in the ocean. Certainly they're the largest of any of the ray species. They can get up to about 25 feet across. When they come towards you and they're that size, they look like an alien spacecraft as they go overhead. They actually blight out the sun. It's just so incredible to be that close to such a large animal, especially one that you don't have to fear. My name's Andrea Marshall. I'm a manta ray researcher and a marine biologist. I've been in love with the ocean all of my life. Ever since I could remember, I wanted to be a marine biologist. When I moved out to Africa with the intention of studying things like great white sharks, I actually shifted my focus over to manta rays when I realized that no one had ever done a study on manta rays before. One of the things that makes manta rays so special is that they're large, and sometimes people feel frightened by them just because of their sheer size, but actually they're one of the most gentle animals in the entire ocean. Manta rays are a very intelligent animal. They actually have the largest brain of any marine fish. But one of the things that surprises me the most is just the fact that they seek out encounters with humans. So this isn't an animal that swims away from you. This is an animal that swims to you. They recognize you almost as a friend. Southern Mozambique is just an incredible location. I've lived here for the last 15 years, and even though I travel all over the world to do my work, I enjoy coming back here because this is such a wild place. It's so exciting. One of the reasons I began work on mantas is because I knew that these animals were under threat. Recently, within the last 15 to 20 years, they have started to be fished for Asian tunics. And as a result of this, we've seen manta populations crashing across the globe. Even here in Mozambique, where we don't even have a very aggressive fishery, we've seen the population collapse by up to about 98% over the last 15 years. We're starting to lose them faster than we can study them. So it's really important for me to get these messages across to people who don't have the opportunity to peek down into the underwater world.
On Eli Malk Island in Palau, there is a lake like no other. The saltwater lake was once connected to the ocean, but as the island changed, it was closed off. Now in isolation, it is filled with a jellyfish species found nowhere else, the golden jellyfish. These cryptic creatures spend their days migrating across the lake, from one side to the other, following the path of the sun, which feeds the fast-growing algae that this jellyfish species feeds on. And with no predators to keep them in check, the jellyfish swarm and fill the lake like a cloudy dream. It's safe for humans to swim in, because though these jellyfish do have stingers, they are too small to be felt by humans. Gliding through this place feels otherworldly.
Oh, well, they're huge. It's like seeing a bus in the water. And she looks at you with those big eyes, and she stares at you. It feels beautiful. And that's when you know that she's letting you in.
That's Anwar Patane. He's a photographer. And in 2015, he won the grand prize in National Geographic's Traveler Photo Contest for his photo Whale Whisperer. So we're talking about what it feels like to come face to face with one of the largest mammals on our planet.
The first time, it was in Roca Partida, We knew we were going to see the whales because we were hearing them. And when they're nearby, your whole body resonates. It's so strong. Oh, I love the sound of the whales. It's as beautiful as seeing them.
He's underwater, and off in the distance,
I saw the silhouette of the whale. Big silhouette that looks like a submarine without features. It's just like a big object.
and as he got closer, things became clearer.
Oh, there's the eye, there's the fin. Oh, that's a big whale. That's a very big whale.
The most profound feeling he had was a connection to the whale herself.
She looks at you, right into your eyes. Yeah. And you feel the connection. Oh, there's a mammal connection. You feel accepted.
Anwar's been diving for 17 years, and his photographs are more than just pictures.
Most of the photos I make, I try to share them because people that doesn't dive and doesn't know the ocean, they might start to pay attention to the ocean. And I like whales. It's a reminder that we share the world with very, very wise and beautiful animals down there.
No matter how physically demanding, the mental aspect is always so much harder. And when you're swimming 6 to 10 hours by yourself, I started running out of things to think about. Your mind starts getting exhausted. My name is Chris Ring, and I swam the entire length of the Mississippi River. It took me 181 days.
The Mississippi River is 2,320 miles long. Beginning in Minnesota, it empties into the Gulf of Mexico. And in 2015, Chris Ring took it on to raise awareness and honor Gold Star families.
The Gold Star family is a family that's lost a loved one in service to our country. So it's truly inspiring. So I was like, I want to do something.
So he took on the mighty Mississippi.
It's an amazing, powerful river. So you don't really know what to expect. We did as much research as possible into what you'll face in the Mississippi. You see a lot of wildlife out there. You'll see bald eagles flying around, a lot of alligators, stuff like that. One thing that I was really kind of surprised about was how big the swells get in the river. You know, I didn't expect 10-plus foot swells. The only time that I would not swim was when there was a fog. So if there's storms, still swimming through the storms. You know, we did hit some pretty big storms going down the river.
One storm he remembers in particular.
We're making good time, and before you know it, the sky's just pitch black. It's just sideways rain. The wind's changing constant direction. The lightning's flashing around, and you can feel it. It's hitting so close that you can feel it in the water. And there's nothing really you can do at that point. You know, you're waiting out. Well, I've always had a high respect and appreciation for nature. There's days that it took me an hour just to go half a mile. Just seeing how quickly that river can change, not only from weather, but, you know, from currents. You know, so an appreciation for what that river itself, for what can come from and what you'll face in the Mississippi.
You know, it's so funny, I get this question all the time. Do you still remember how it felt to drown? It was a crippling feeling. I was suffocating underwater. Now I've made it my job to conquer my fear and to help to get these kids swim lessons and learn how to respect the water. My name is Cullen Jones. I was in the Olympics in 2008 and 2012, and I love to give swim lessons.
Cullen Jones is a 4-time Olympic medalist swimmer for Team USA.
Right after getting the gold medal in 2008, they put the drowning rates in front of me. And I learned that 70% of African Americans, nearly 60% of Latin Americans, nearly 40% of Caucasians don't know how to swim. So it's a big problem all over the US. I think the reason that you don't see as many African Americans in swimming is because there's such a stigma that Black people don't swim. And this is something that needs to be broken because we are losing children, we are losing adults, and it's something that can be changed by swim lessons.
So when I want you guys to kick, I want you guys to push your arms right above the water. Okay?
Swimming lessons are so important to kids, to me personally, because I was almost one of those kids and part of this statistic.
When Cullen was just 5 years old, he almost drowned on a water slide at an amusement park.
They had to come out and grab me and resuscitate me because I was underwater for about 30 seconds. And I think what's important about the story is that I was fully supervised. I mean, it was that easy and that quick for me to go underwater. That could have been my last day on this earth.
And with that near-death experience, Cullen has made it his platform to bring water safety education to kids from all backgrounds.
The way that I'm trying to change my community is definitely with working with the Make a Splash initiative. I knew this is my way of giving back to a sport that's given me so much. Once you learn how to swim, it's like riding a bike you never forget. So take the time, learn how to swim.